Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Young and the Restless predictions. Ashley sent to the loony bin. Young and the Restless predictions suspect Ashley Abbott may soon end up in a psychiatric hospital. No doubt her alters are getting out of control, and her family steps in soon on the CBS soap opera. Recently on Y&R, Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, began to struggle. It all started when she and her now ex-husband, Tucker McCall, Trevor Street John, were on their honeymoon in Paris after their most recent marriage. Everything rapidly went downhill for them in Paris when they got into a huge fight. Tucker came home to Genoa City, and Ashley stayed behind in Paris and eventually filed for divorce. Once she came home, things were extremely tense between her and Tucker. She wanted to keep her distance, but at the same time, she couldn't stay away from him. Then, the first sign that something was off with her was when she began accusing Tucker of doing things in Paris that he didn't do. Not long ago on Young and the Restless, Ashley and her sister, Tracy Abbott, Beth Maitland, flew back to Paris. They questioned the staff at the bistro where she swears Tucker was violent and hostile. They all backed up Tucker's story, which made Ashley and Tracy question her sanity. Then, things got worse when she started hearing voices in her head. No doubt, it seemed like she was suffering from dissociative identity disorder on Young and the Restless. And indeed, that is the case because now it's clear that Ashley has alters. There are different versions of herself that go by different names. And now they are taking over her. Things are getting worse because she's losing chunks of time and she can't remember where she was or what she did. And now, she's starting to worry those around her. Currently, on Young and the Restless, more and more people are starting to notice the changes in Ashley. Tucker was the first to notice something was up with her because their accounts of Paris were so different. But now Tracy is fearful for her sister. Plus, even Audra Charles, Zuleika Silver, thinks something isn't right and is completely spooked by Ashley's recent behavior. This week on Young and the Restless, Tracy calls a family meeting. But when her brother, Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, arrives, Ashley, their sister, is nowhere to be found. Later, Jack places a frantic call to psychiatrist Sharon Newman, Sharon case, and Sharon's assessment of Ashley may cause the Abbotts to take drastic measures. Coming up this week on Y&R, the Abbott family could be forced to make a difficult decision. They may witness one of the alters, and that could be what makes them realize they need to admit her. Plus, it might also be Sharon's professional opinion that Ashley gets inpatient care to figure out what's going on and how to help her. Official Young and the Restless spoilers for this week confirm that Ashley struggles while in a new environment. So it looks like it all goes down this week and things could take a drastic turn for Ashley. Y&R is full of drama and excitement. Tune in daily to see if Ashley Abbott's family sends her away for her own safety on the CBS Sudzer. Get all the latest Young and the Restless spoilers and updates daily from Soap Dirt. In the heart of Genoa City, where passion and betrayal intertwine like vines in a treacherous garden, the drama unfolds like a meticulously scripted opera. In the midst of this tangled web of love and deception, one woman stands on the precipice of a harrowing descent into madness: Ashley Abbott. The air crackled with tension as Ashley Abbott, the poised and elegant matriarch of the Abbott family, found herself ensnared in a web of lies spun by those closest to her. For years, Ashley had navigated the treacherous waters of Genoa City with grace and determination, but now her world was unraveling at the seams. It all began with a whisper, a sinister rumor that slithered through the corridors of power like a venomous snake. Whispers of betrayal and deceit, whispers that echoed in the darkest corners of Ashley's mind, threatening to consume her sanity. At the heart of Ashley's unraveling stood her own flesh and blood, her brother, Jack Abbott, and her arch-nemesis, Victor Newman. United by a common goal to destroy Ashley's empire, they plotted and schemed with the precision of seasoned warriors on a battlefield of corporate warfare. But it was not merely business that drove Jack and Victor to conspire against Ashley. It was a deep-seated vendetta, a thirst for vengeance that burned like a raging inferno. For Jack, it was the wounds of past betrayals inflicted by his sister, wounds that festered beneath the surface, poisoning his soul with bitterness and resentment. And for Victor, it was a relentless pursuit of power, a quest to annihilate anyone who dared to challenge his supremacy. Ashley found herself standing alone against the tide of deceit, her once unshakable resolve beginning to crumble beneath the weight of betrayal. Every whispered word, every deceitful glance, tore at the fabric of her sanity, driving her to the brink of madness. Desperate to salvage what remained of her shattered world, Ashley turned to those she thought she could trust, her daughter, Abby, and her longtime confidant, Neil Winters. But even they could offer little solace in the face of the impending storm, their own lives entangled in the intricate web of lies and deception. As the walls closed in around her, Ashley's grip on reality began to slip, her mind a battlefield where truth and illusion waged a bitter war. Haunted by visions of her past, tormented by the specter of her own inadequacies, she found herself teetering on the edge of oblivion. In a desperate bid to silence the demons that ravaged her mind, Ashley sought refuge in the solitude of her family's estate, the once grand mansion now a prison of her own making. But even within its gilded walls, she could find no respite from the relentless onslaught of paranoia and despair. And then, in a moment of agonizing clarity, Ashley realized the truth. She was fighting a battle she could not win, against enemies she could not defeat. With a heavy heart and a soul weighed down by sorrow, she made a decision that would change the course of her destiny forever. In the dead of night, as the world slept oblivious to her torment, Ashley slipped away from the confines of her gilded prison, her footsteps echoing in the silent corridors like the tolling of a funeral bell. With each step, she felt the weight of her burdens lift from her shoulders, a sense of liberation washing over her like a cleansing tide. And so, with tears streaming down her face and her heart heavy with sorrow, Ashley made her way to the one place where she could find solace, the sanitarium, a sanctuary for lost souls adrift in a sea of madness. As the doors of the sanitarium swung open to welcome her into its embrace, Ashley felt a sense of peace wash over her, a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness that threatened to consume her. For in that moment she realized that her journey was far from over. It was merely the beginning of a new chapter in the tumultuous saga of the Abbott family. And so, as the sun rose on a new day in Genoa City, the whispers of betrayal and deceit faded into the ether, replaced by the promise of redemption and renewal. And though Ashley's path may have been fraught with peril and uncertainty, one thing remained certain: she was a survivor, a beacon of resilience in a world consumed by darkness. As the credits rolled on another episode of The Young and the Restless, viewers around the world were left to ponder the fate of Ashley Abbott. Would she find the strength to overcome her demons and reclaim her place in the world, or would she succumb to the darkness that threatened to consume her? Only time would tell, for in the world of soap operas, anything was possible.